Like no, it's like the universe is like it's infinitely small as it is big. It goes both ways, down to ourselves. There's probably cells within ourselves that science hasn't even seen yet.
You guys would enjoy that. There's something it's the the mushroom guy who talks about how you can use oyster mushrooms to basically clean up oil waste and. That's a huge thing, actually. What's his name? Yeah, Paul Stamets, exactly. With the nuclear stuff, what you need to do is put like 12 inches of mulch down and then spread mycelium in that, and the bacteria in the mulch as well as the mushrooms will actually degrade and digest the radioactivity, and then you can decompose of the mushrooms and waste, and that will actually rid the area.
Mushrooms are really detoxifying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my doctor was saying that, like, when I had the fungal growth in my blood, he was saying there's a point where it's like the spores, there's a certain balance in the body where it's healthy, but then what ends up happening is it gets out of balance. So it's just all about balance, and when it goes, he says, and when it goes fungal in the blood, like that's how people get cancer. It goes fungal in the blood. Western medicine doesn't recognize it, and then you get a colonization of fungal growth, and in your weakest link, whatever it is, the fungal byproduct is an acidic waste to the body. It's a toxin to the body, and we get allergies. So like all these people are walking around with allergies. It's because their immune systems are taxed. They're stressed. It's like it's really not normal, and the body is so amazing. It just continues to adapt and adapt and adapt. So that's why cancer, it's like it takes oftentimes years to get cancer. But when I worked for the military,
average 8 years in your body before it's diagnosed.
And with thermography, the doctor I've seen, Dr. Daniel Beelan, he uses thermography, and with temperature, he can see where there's the imbalances in the body. He says he can detect cancer far years before it would ever show up on an x-ray, but yet they're giving everybody mammograms, x-rays. It's like when we have something as easy as thermography,
Right, and it's
non-invasive, and there's no radiation.
Exactly,
It's called the Mankind Project, and that this culture has no initiation into manhood. So they have a week, or basically 4 days, that you go through a transformation process, and kind of go through an initiation. And it's a lot about accountability and also about mirroring. And you do work there. Also, a lot of people break down in the end, dealing with their fear. There's a lot of love in the group, but basically we have eye groups where you try and integrate what you learned in the weekend into your daily life. And so a lot of times we do clearings with people, so there will be times where you get issues with people, right? And so we have rounds in our men's group, and so you stand up with somebody and you tell them your story. So you give them first the data, so you tell them this is what you did, right? And then you tell them what your judgments are. All right, so you tell them, I think what you did is this or that or that. And then you take ownership of how, what it is in them that you can't accept about yourself. When you get in a setting where it's around being, honest and open, it just becomes such a different, it's great. Yeah, it's really about connecting. People, it's a strong thing to do, when you tell somebody, I feel this way about you, and really I take ownership of it. It's not really you. Basically, when the person being talked to needs to be pretty much a hollow vessel when you're just laying out their judgments.
tide went out. 5 years the tide's been going out. I don't know when it's going to stop. Kind of
The tide's going out, huh?
yeah, I mean, when you go into real estate and you buy a house, if the price stays level, you're still kind of losing money because you're paying maintenance and interest and stuff. And so when it's going down, it really hurts a lot financially when it goes down just a little bit. Now, I don't think the country has a plan. But quite frankly, if you look at our country, what is the plan? I mean, what is the generally, there used to be like a plan, and the country kind of went behind it. What's the plan? During World War II, there was a plan, and everybody got behind it. And when they were like doing all the work projects, the WPA projects, there was a plan. Build this road, which they built during that time. I don't understand. That's the one thing about America right now. Just there doesn't seem to be any like plan of any sort. Like going to the moon. There's all these different people going off in different directions, and it's just kind of a hodgepodge right now. And the president, you get to the top of the thing, it's like, what's his plan? What's his plan?
All right, what's the plan?
Well, the plan's really simple. All you need to do is put people to work building bike paths, putting solar panels on houses, cleaning solar panels, doing all this stuff to make the country more efficient. Right now, if you look at the way a lot of people live, and they know it, it's very, very inefficient how they're living. And getting a lot of money as a result of that inefficiency. But yeah, I think a plan to make our lifestyle more efficient is definitely something it'd be fun to try. At least worth a try.